serving Central Queensland. This is 7 Local News.
Tonight, entire towns evacuated as floodwaters continue to rise. The heartbreaking clean-up begins at Mount Morgan. Emergency services prepare for even worse to come. A motorist to be charged for risking flooded roads. Good evening, thanks for joining us. Entire towns are underwater and hundreds of residents are being evacuated as the floods crisis worsens across Central Queensland. Much of the region has been declared a natural disaster zone and the forecast is for more heavy rain in the coming days. Authorities in the town of Theodore have called in the military to airlift residents to higher ground as the Dawson River continues to rise.
It was like a scene from a war zone as helicopters carried residents to safety. The town's 300-plus population waited to be rescued. The only dry ground transformed into a landing pad for the airborne convoy. The extent of Queensland's flood crisis is slowly revealing itself, with up to 1,000 people in need of emergency housing. More rain is forecast in the coming days, but is expected to ease by the end of the week. Some towns could even see sunshine. Anna McManamey, 7 News.
But not everyone has managed to stay safe in the rapidly changing conditions. A group of German tourists had to be rescued when they became stranded at Croombit Tops. It's one of dozens of incidents emergency services have been called out to as rain continues to pound the region.
Lake Awonga now resembles more of a sea. In less than 24 hours, the water has swallowed Ross and Michelle Pearce's boating business. This afternoon, attention turned to the Boyne River with fears that a high tide could cause some low-lying properties to flood.
Rockhampton's Disaster Management Centre has been activated, with the SES receiving more than 300 calls for help over the past 2 days. Residents at Mount Morgan spent the day mopping up after flash flooding swamped the town.
A lifetime of possessions washed away in an instant.
You all right, Mum?
The flood came quickly. Carmen Gray took her boys and fled.
Mount Morgan has copped an absolute battering, flooding first on Christmas Day and again last night. Residents here say they can't cope with much more.
Hello, Rosanna Natoli with tonight's weather report. Checking the 24-hour rainfalls to 9 a.m. now, Baralaba recorded 121 millimetres, Rockley Station 111 and Billawheeler 107. To today's temperatures now, 23 to 25 degrees at Rockhampton. Not much change really, with humidity at 94%, which of course means it's very wet. Gladstone had 23, Emerald 21 to 28 degrees. Checking the satellite loop now, and the cloud we can see over the tropics is linked to the monsoon flow, while the cloud that's sitting down here over the Wide Bay region is associated with an upper trough. On today's chart, the trough system moving north will head towards Yeppoon and is now linked with that monsoon flow in the tropics. We also have a high that's sitting down here in the Tasman that's extending a strong ridge right along the southeast coast. On tomorrow's chart, the surface trough will continue north to the central coast, bringing rain patches, and the ridge over southern Queensland will weaken, meaning lighter winds, but still the occasional shower. Showers and storms will continue in the tropics, and that, of course, is thanks to the monsoon flow. To the official forecasts now from the Bureau. In coastal waters from St Lawrence to Burnett Heads, there's a strong wind warning for waters south of Yeppoon, southeasterlies reaching 30 knots for tomorrow. Tomorrow's high tides, Port Alma at around 20 past 5 in the evening and around 5:08 p.m. for Rossland Bay and Gladstone. For the Capricornia District forecast now, there's still a flood warning for the Fitzroy River and more rain tomorrow with local thunder. That will decrease to showers during the day, hopefully. The Central Highlands and coalfields, some rain and shower areas in the northeast tomorrow, showers elsewhere, and there's a chance of a storm as well. Tomorrow's temperatures now, Rockhampton and Billawheeler expecting 27 degrees, Gladstone 28 and showers, Emerald also 27. So that's all the local weather for now. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day if you're heading back to work. Otherwise, enjoy the week. Back to you now, Joe.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Rosanna. And that's 7 Local News for this Tuesday night. Thanks very much for your company. Just a reminder, if you think you have a story that's worth covering, you can email us at localnews@7.com.au. From all the team here, enjoy your evening. Good night.